This is Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
We didn't find any problems with any of the three.
One, two, three, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
This mic sucks.
Oh. You just gotta deal with it for a couple minutes.
Ugh.
Do you want a different one?
No, it's fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Can you get a mic back for me?
With coverage you can count on, this is Channel 3 Eyewitness News at 11.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Greg Glover. Cindy has the night off. A local watchdog organization is questioning the selection process for Chattanooga's next top cop. Last month, a search committee appointed by Mayor Andy Burke chose 3 finalists from a pool of nearly 50 candidates. Members of Concerned Citizens for Justice say they are concerned about how deep the committee looked into the backgrounds of the 3 finalists. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Tanisha Cordell has more. Tanisha.
Before being named finalist for police chief, former U.S. attorney and committee member Bill Killian says the 3 were interviewed extensively. He says acting chief David Roddy, assistant chief Edwin McPherson, and Commander Todd Chamberlain of the LAPD were all upfront about their backgrounds.
We didn't find any problems with any of the 3 finalists in terms of violating police policy, laws, internal affairs regulations, anything.
But members of Concerned Citizens for Justice, or CCJ, questioned the thoroughness of that process, saying what's found in a Google search about the candidates can't be ignored.
None of the candidates necessarily are stand-up candidates or ideal candidates.
The issues that we found with the particular candidates made us feel that it was time to renew the call for community control.
In a civil lawsuit filed in 2011, Chamberlain was accused of not putting a stop to racist behavior toward an officer at LAPD. The city was forced to pay more than $1 million in damages. Channel 3 archives show McPherson was investigated for perjury in 2012 after he allegedly lied on the witness stand about evidence in a murder case that involved his niece. He was not charged or disciplined by the department. CCJ members also say Roddy has advocated for more police surveillance and militarization.
Those are allegations just like allegations made in any other form of the candidate. A court order or a court judgment or whatever, that would be something to be concerned about.
Killian says the three are good options to lead Chattanooga's police force. CCJ members say they just want all the facts out in the open.
Regardless of who gets elected, and the chips will fall where they may, right? But the key will be accountability.
We did reach out to all three finalists. Roddy and McPherson did not wish to comment, and Chamberlain has not yet responded. The mayor will conduct final interviews with all three men and make his decision. Live in the studio, Tanisha Cordell, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Tanisha, thank you. A grand jury has heard evidence in a year-long investigation of Bradley County Sheriff Eric Watson. According to the Times Free Press, Lieutenant James Bradford of the Sheriff's Office has confirmed District Attorney Jimmy Dunn out of Sevierville, who was assigned the case, presented his findings on Wednesday. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation began looking into allegations of wrongdoing last year after County Commissioner Don Rawls claimed Sheriff Watson was conducting improper and deceptive practices. It's not known whether the grand jury returned any criminal charges against Watson, which a judge would have to approve before they would be made public. The Tennessee Highway Patrol is investigating a deadly motorcycle crash. It happened shortly before 9:30 in the morning at the intersection of Highway 411 and Grove Road in Benton. THP says 63-year-old Norma Bain was traveling north on 411 and moved over to the right lane to turn onto Grove Road. That's when her Ford F350 was hit by a motorcycle that was being driven by 19-year-old Colby Smith, who was also in the right lane. Officers say Bain did not see the motorcycle because Smith was speeding. Smith was pronounced dead at a hospital. No charges will be filed. For the third time in 2 days, a thief stole a car with a person inside, and tonight we're hearing from the family involved in that latest case. The suspect took their truck for the Lowe's parking lot in Hickson. When the person realized that a woman was still in the back seat, he stopped, jumped out, and took off. Police are still looking for that person. Right now, they are not talking about any of the three cases, but police records show dozens of vehicles have been stolen in Chattanooga over the last few weeks. Many of them have one thing in common: the keys were left inside the car.
We were panicked because my cell phone died. I couldn't call her. And so, you know, for her, it was out of the parking lot, down the road and back around, but we didn't know. We were standing out there looking for her, hunting for her. Lock your doors. No matter what, lock your doors. I mean, even now, if they're with me and they're in the truck, I'm gonna have them lock the door.
It's not clear if these three cases are connected, but you can count on us for keeping you updated on the story. In national news, Arizona Senator John McCain is being diagnosed with a brain tumor. In a statement, the Mayo Clinic says Senator McCain underwent a procedure on Friday to remove a blood clot that was above his left eye. Doctors then determined that a primary brain tumor was associated with that clot. The senator and his family are deciding on treatment options, which may include a combination of chemo and radiation. His doctors say Senator McCain is recovering from his surgery and that his underlying health is excellent. A Nashville woman's accused of smothering her son in a hospital. 22-year-old Alexis Bagwell was arrested on Monday after a Nashville police officer said she tried to harm her son on 2 occasions while he was at Vanderbilt Children's Hospital in January of last year. Police say hospital staff became suspicious of Bagwell, who had taken her 5-month-old in for seizure issues. The baby's been placed in foster care. Police say the baby is healthy. Bagwell is charged with 3 counts of aggravated child abuse and attempted murder. A mother charged with aggravated child abuse is still in jail on a $250,000 bond. Jessica Mendez's case was passed to July 26th. She's still in custody. The Polk County mother is accused of beating her 1-year-old. The sheriff's office says the child suffered multiple fractures of the head, ribs, hand, and legs. We'll keep you updated on her case, WRCBTV.com. In Crime Stoppers, stolen purses worth thousands of dollars from a discount store. 14 handbags in all were taken from TJ Maxx in seconds. A total value around $2,000 worth of stolen goods. Have a look at these photos. We have pretty good images of 2 of the 3 suspects. A third black female evaded the cameras, but their getaway vehicle did not. It looks to be a white 4-door Mitsubishi with a Tennessee tag. You may also be able to help if you come across a designer purse with a price that's too good to be true. They surely made the swipe with the intent to resell.
Some of the places we see things like this, it could be a flea market, it could be a yard sale, it could be things you see on the side of the road, it could be Craigslist, it could be Facebook.
If you can help with any bit of information, there's up to $1,000 up for grabs. Call Crime Stoppers. 698-3333 is the number. If you get voicemail, leave a way for Sergeant Miller to get back with you. He may have some questions, but he will never ask your name. The Eastridge Police Department needs your help to identify this man. He's accused of stealing cigarettes from the Mr. Zip gas station on Ringgold Road. Surveillance video captured the picture. Police say he forcibly entered the store just after 3 a.m. If you know who this is, call the Eastridge Police Department 423-867-3720. Time to check on the weather. Paul Bear is standing by as we hit midweek. Hey, Paul.
Well, there's really nothing happening tonight across the area. We hardly had any showers. A few popped up, a few sprinkles here and there. But on the satellite photo, all the real big showers and storms are up along a ridge further off to the north through the Great Lakes. And this is where it's going to be tomorrow, and it's probably where most of it's going to be coming up right into Friday, too. For us, maybe isolated showers and storms building up. But you see pretty much clear skies all over the place right around here. Now, Vipercast is showing a few isolated showers at 7 o'clock in the morning out over the Cumberland Plateau. But by noon, they start popping. There's going to be a little wave in the upper atmosphere, and it's going to hit that moist air that we've got, and that's going to lift that air, and those thunderstorms will start popping. So we're going to see some of those for tomorrow, and then by 5 o'clock, they start to fade out. Once the sun goes down, they're out of here. And through much of Friday, it doesn't look like much is going to be happening except for some of the Blue Ridge Mountain areas by 5 o'clock. So Friday looks like a dry day, but tomorrow does not look dry at all. This is Saturday around 8 o'clock in the morning. It looks like just a few clouds left over. I've got the complete 7-day forecast and a peek into next week coming up.
Paul, thanks. We'll check back in with you. Coming up on Eyewitness News at 11, we talk to students who remember attending an old schoolhouse that was completely overgrown for years. Plus, a popular ride at Six Flags Over Georgia will be closing this month. We'll tell you which one. Stay with us. An old schoolhouse in Jefferson County, Tennessee, was recently uncovered after years of hiding beneath overgrown bushes and trees. Historians say it was once called Pleasant Grove School. They aren't sure how old the building is, but they believe it was built between 1900 and 1910. Many who drove by the area every day said they never even knew it was there. But there is one person who knows that building all too well.
I went to school here from 1 through the 7th. They would put up curtains like a stage, and we'd do programs for the family.
They just had a good old time, she says. She said she still has the drawings she made as a young girl, the papers she learned to write on, and even one of her report cards from the school. Six Flags Over Georgia is permanently closing one of its most iconic rides this month to make way for a new one. The Georgia Cyclone, which opened in 1990, is given nearly 8.7 million rides, will see its last day on July 30th. The park spokesperson would not say what is going to be built in its place. An unexpected visitor turned up during an interview with a flood victim near Chicago. Have a look at the bottom left of your screen. You'll see a masked intruder. There he is, tucked away in an open space of the kitchen where an appliance used to be. He's trying to disappear by crouching into the corner. No use. That camera has a light on it. Coming up on Eyewitness News at 11, the temperatures are soaring and band camps are in full swing. Band directors are taking precautions, trying to keep everyone hydrated. We'll bring you this story coming up.
With coverage you can count on, this is Channel 3 Eyewitness News at 11.
High school bands are hitting the field in some cases to get ready for the school year just as temperatures are rising. Reporter Chris Michaels takes a look at how bands in Johnson City and Bristol, Tennessee are coping with the heat.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. The drummers are drumming. The horns are blasting. And the sun is blaring. Now, band camp tends to be during the hottest time of the year, and this week, with forecast temperatures to be in the 90s, the balance between conditioning and body awareness is key. Carson Vermillion at Science Hill, like many band directors, uses the rush and gush method to keep his musicians focused but healthy.
Instead of giving them a longer water breaks, we generally give them more shorter breaks, about every 15-20 minutes.
And then some of it comes down to common sense.
And the kids bring water to the field, and a lot of kids also will have camelbacks that they can use anytime.
The combination between frequent breaks and proper conditioning has junior percussionist Adeline Preston feeling confident.
It's really okay. It's not the end of the world.
From morning to afternoon, we go from Johnson City to Bristol and find Tennessee High's Mighty Viking Band practicing in the Stone Castle during the peak heat.
The turf is way hotter, and like if we set our instruments down on a break to come back and we come back, they like burn our hands.
And as you heard Max just say, it feels hotter on the turf. While it's about 90 degrees outside, when I point this infrared thermometer at the turf, it reads much hotter. Black beads in the turf re-radiate the sun's heat and add insult to injury. That's why both bands spend their afternoons inside. It's not just what they do during practice, though, that matters. It's how they treat their body off the field that both directors preach about.
Before camp, we give them a sheet, and I talked to them about it at rehearsals beforehand. It's camp reminders, talking about staying hydrated before they come to camp. They need to get off the couch and start exercising if they tend to be, a homebody.
They're athletes, and we try to make them understand that they need to eat and drink much like an athlete.
Those two programs lucky to have a natural grass field and artificial surface. Many band members are forced to march on asphalt in these hot days, so do take care out there. The Cleveland Police Department just finished year number 2 of their Youth Police Academy. It last week lets children aged 9 to 14 experience the day-to-day operations of the Cleveland Police Department. It also gives them a chance to see police officers in a more relaxed environment, and it gives the cadets chances to participate in community service projects. The Chattanooga Public Libraries have circulated 1 million items the 2017 fiscal year between their 4 branches. These are the highest numbers the system's ever seen. And at the downtown branch, the 2 highest circulated items were sewing machines and Wi-Fi hotspots. The library system offers everything from physical books to audiobooks. They plan to next year expand their children's collection, since children's books accounted for more than 44% of the system's total circulation. Let's head back over to the Storm Alert Center for a more complete check of the forecast from Paul. Hey, Paul.
Greg, it's going to be a hot day across much of the country. A big dome of high pressure in the upper atmosphere is just sitting out there. The jet stream's way off to the north. That's where all the big thunderstorms are going to be, except for isolated stuff that's going to be popping even around here. So more heat, more humidity for tomorrow, with a chance for an afternoon shower or a thunderstorm. Right now, there's not that much happening around here. A little bit to the south of us, there's some showers and storms, but moving across the Great Lakes, right through downtown Chicago, they're getting hammered now, 60 to 70 mile an hour winds. Also some big storms into the Great Plains. And all this is heading into Indiana, and it's all going to stay to the north of us. Right now, it's 81 in the city at 11 o'clock. That's very, very warm. 75 Altamont, 75 Dayton, 75 Cleveland, and 73 near Dalton, with 67 already in Murphy, and the winds are lighting out of the northwest at about 3. Our high today was 94, 72 the overnight low, so our forecast worked out well. I hit 92 in Dalton, but 95 Chatsworth, 93 in Varnell, and 94 in Tryon, and also into Calhoun. Mid to upper 80s out over the Blue Ridge Mountains of Georgia, and then 95 in Cleveland, 93 Soddy Daisy, 95 right here at Channel 3, and about 88 up on Lookout Mountain. Trenton was 93, 96 Spring City, 95 Dayton, and 95 in Dunlap, with 96 in Delano, and then about 91 in Murphy. Even Jasper climbing up into the mid-90s at 96. Now, Vipercast is painting a few showers at 7 o'clock in the morning and into the afternoon, too. And then by 5 o'clock, a lot of the stuff will start to disappear. And overnight, it's really going to disappear. 7 o'clock in the morning Friday looks dry. I think most of the showers and storms will be well north and east of us coming up into Friday. So Friday looks like a dry day. Tomorrow, though, we may see some scattered showers and storms. On Saturday, into the afternoon and evening, we'll see some showers and storms popping. As this cold front gets closer, the chance for rain is going to be increasing into Sunday and more than likely Monday, too. Right now, we're thinking by Sunday afternoon, we'll probably see on average a quarter to a half inch of rain in some spots. Doesn't look like it's going to be that heavy. 73 tonight with clear skies. It's going to be a muggy one tomorrow, 94, with a lot of sunshine coming back, but an afternoon shower and storm popping up here and there. And again, some of that could be briefly heavy. Tomorrow night, 75 with clearing skies, and the Channel 3, oops, we're going to forget the evening out. Forgot to take that out of there. Let's go to 7-day. We got 94 tomorrow, 94 on Friday, and then on Saturday, about a 20% chance with 93. And then coming up on Sunday, an excellent chance for showers and storms. Monday, an excellent chance for showers and storms. They should be ending Tuesday. And Wednesday looks a little better and more seasonable with highs near 89. But hot stuff tomorrow. And watch out for those afternoon showers and storms.
No kidding. Hydrate, whether you're in a band, a football team, whatever you're doing.
That's right.
Paul, thanks. Stick around. Sports is next with Paul Shaheen.
Be sure and wake up and start your Thursday morning off with us here on Channel 3 Eyewitness News. What happened overnight while you were sleeping? Tune in and find out.
David Carnes has assured me that at some point it's not going to be so blazing hot. He'll tell us when that can be expected. Also, we'll check on your Thursday morning commute. Starting at what time, Latrice?
4:30. We'll see you then.
Prolific is one word used to describe the offense at Northwest Whitfield. Or you can go with daunting, that is if you're on defense. The Bruins return a 1,000-yard rusher and a 2,300-yard passer in MTSU commit Luke Shiflett.
Yeah, the sky's the limit, I think. Like I said, we're breaking in a new receiving core, which I think it's been going pretty good so far. We've had a bunch of 7-on-7s, and we've done pretty good in those.
4 starters coming back up front, our running back, our quarterback. I think if we execute on offense and do the little things, because the little things are really big things as well, if we do that, I think we can be really successful.
They were last year. The Bruins did, though, lose wideouts Jay Jones and Will Blanchard, who combined for 1,800 receiving yards, but they returned rising star Jack Brock and gained a transfer wideout from Dalton. In 2016, the Bruins won their first ever home playoff game, and now their gunslinger, Luke Shiflett, well, he's got his commitment out of the way and says distractions will not be an issue.
Yeah, I think it's going to help me focus more on the team. Don't have to worry about impressing college coaches and everything. I just get to focus and be with my team more.
While we're talking quarterbacks, this could be the year of the men under center in the SEC. The Davey O'Brien watch list is proof enough. The Davey O'Brien Award goes to the nation's top college football quarterback. Alabama's Jalen Hurts and Georgia's Jacob Eason highlight the 6 from the SEC. Mississippi State's Nick Fitzgerald, Austin Allen from Arkansas, South Carolina's Jake Bentley, and Shea Patterson of Ole Miss make up the 6. 30 in total across the entire college football were nominated to the watch list. Some NFL news now. Former Baylor School and Tennessee Volunteer Jacques McClendon is now a member of the Los Angeles Rams staff. McClendon signed on this offseason to become the Rams Director of Player Engagement. McClendon was drafted by the Colts in round 4 of the 2010 NFL Draft. He bounced around between the Colts, Lions, Jaguars, and Dolphins until 2015. The series with the Chicago clubs started with promise for the Atlanta Braves, a chance to get above 500 for the first time in more than 2 years. It ended on the wrong end of a broom, swept by the Cubs, all while their designated team hugger, Freddie Freeman, has the flu. Hugging and flus don't mix. Neither does that wig in any baseball game above 90 degrees. What was he thinking? R.A. Dickey was thinking, I wish Addison Russell didn't swing at that pitch. Well, Russell did, driving in Schwarber. 1-0 at that point. Dickey thought that all day. Like here in the 5th, when Chicago pitcher Mike Montgomery took him deep, 2-0. Next inning, more whiplash for R.A. Dickey. It's former Brave. Oh, salt in the wound. Tommy LaStella, a line drive jack to right. Atlanta was swept by the Cubs, 8-2. Your final score. Atlanta now 3 games under 500. A little soccer to get to tonight. Chattanooga FC playing in the Blue Ridge Derby against Asheville. It's a fancy name for friendly, which is a scrimmage, but it's an awesome trophy right there on the line. It's a keg. The winning team gets to keep it in their hometown bar until next year's showdown. CFC attacking early across. The header, a diving header from Samuel Goney off the goalkeeper's hand and the bar. Another chance minutes later. John Carrier lets one rip. All iron bouncing out. Chattanooga would keep the pressure on Asheville all game. The boys in blue netted 7 goals. They win it 7-0. So that closes the season for CFC on a good note after being eliminated early in the NPSL playoffs. Not
a typical score in soccer. I watched that develop over Twitter and thought this looks more like an American football game.
They called a timeout. We're going to go for 2. I opted to kick the field.
There we go. Paul Bears has your 7-day when we get back.
Hey everybody, it's Leslie Dale here at the TFP, and get ready for our weekly Thursday Brews and News, 11:30 on our Facebook with Brian Joyce. He's our radio partner, and we are introducing you to one of our TFP columnists, Ron Hart. He's a libertarian. The conversation should get interesting.
All right, we'll check that planner for you for tomorrow. We could see some scattered showers and thunderstorms developing. At earliest, probably around noon, and throughout the afternoon, off and on, temperatures will be climbing. Again, in low to mid-90s for tomorrow, so 94, I think, for the high. Friday should be dry, just isolated storms Saturday, but Sunday and Monday look pretty wet around here, and it should be a little bit cooler because a lot more clouds coming in.
So get your yard work done on Saturday, then, right? Let's look at this video because it's awesome. An English Golden Retriever was quite the hero in Port Jefferson, New York over the weekend. Storm is the name of the dog. His owner was taking him on a walk on Sunday when he suddenly jumped into the water to save this. That baby deer was drowning. I wish we had some of the earlier shots of it. He dragged that fawn to shore, lay next to it, and began nudging it with his nose because he wanted to see some action. Come on, you got to start breathing. When animal rescuers arrived, the fawn jumped back into the water. They had to pull it once again to shore with a rope. It's now recovering at an animal rescue center, hopefully nowhere near water. Apparently has a bit of a wish there. Fatal Florida gator rule in the road there, bringing traffic to a stop. This is in Tampa. When you're as big as this gator, you own the road. You see how fast he is there, going one way then the other, stopping traffic, bobbing and weaving, showing off a little bit there, maybe strutting across the street.
He's fresh back from SEC Media Days.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
He's saying, have you bought your tickets to, what's the name of the stadium? Yeah, the Swamp.
The Swamp.
That's, of course it is. Have a good night.
Like water.
Water. Let's get this work on in here.